weight, so we've got our squad, we're working towards Wolves. Connor has been brilliant since he's been here in every possible way, so I and we would love to make that permanent at some point, but that's not happening right now, but we'll keep looking at that one. And then the January window, I think it's, we want to help the squad, we want to have more options in forward areas. If the right players become available in those areas, then we have to try and improve, because I think, particularly where we've had Dominic injured a big part of the season, I think it's been an area where we know we want more. But we have to be smart. Our situation is clear. Some other clubs are making moves in their own ways. We have to be also smart about how we do it. And more than that, concentrate on what we have in the building, the players that we have, how much we're prepared to fight and play well and improve every day. And that's my main concern. But yes, for sure, when the window opens, we'll be looking to improve where we can. Well, Jordan and Connor are great because they're low maintenance, and they would have hurt to leave the tournament. I think the whole nation did, because we felt we were going well, and they're in the bubble. I know what it's like. There's not much of a worse feeling in that moment. Maybe the beauty of this tournament being in the winter is that they come straight back in. The Premier League is a beautiful thing as well. They come back to their clubs. They know how high we regard them in their own ways. And obviously Connor can't play this game, but they've come back with really good attitude. The break for me has been a good one. I've personally enjoyed it, and that's when I speak for myself. Hopefully I speak for the players in terms of, we went to Australia, we had a good trip. We won a couple of games. We saw our fan base out there. We then had a break from training, which was really good for everyone. And then we've been working hard on things that we probably we know we can improve on generally, and particularly off the way we finished in the 2 games against Bournemouth. Before that, I think we were making really good strides in a lot of ways. But people's minds can obviously get drawn to those games, but we have to think bigger than that and just keep working.
When you in the London football scene?
I actually didn't, but I'm very aware of him, and I know his fantastic career as one of the men that won the World Cup. His career at Fulham. I have such high regard. I grew up on stories of, as a young West Ham man, of the greats, Bobby Moore, Jeff Hurst, Martin Peters. So I'm always drawn to that group of players, and it's always more than a shame when we lose one of those players. And every player I met out of that generation, of that squad, were gentlemen and very humble about their achievements, and the way how fast the modern day's going, it's really makes it even more sad to lose players of that and people of that sort of size, personality-wise. There's been certain challenges in terms of scheduling and the workload, and it's staggered slightly for different players. But I don't think the worst. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think freshness sometimes of mind and having a break is a good thing. We forever talk about how busy our schedule is, and then when something comes that breaks the schedule, maybe you can use it in a positive way, in a sense. And so I think we've done that. So I think there have been challenges, but I hope to see a team that runs out with a freshness about them and an energy and a fitness as a basic point. And then as a fresh start, I don't think we need a fresh start necessarily. A nice break, some freshness in us, but we know what all the targets are. We know the games that are ahead of us. Same as what we did before the break, we want to win them. I feel we can, because I don't think it's as straightforward to look at any individual and understand what their ambitions are. Jordan is England's number 1 and has secured that position relatively, which has been an amazing achievement by him, because we know how difficult that is. He's played in Everton and been a huge reason why we had a great run to the end of last season and stayed in the league. Jordan, everybody knows, was a massive part of that. Jordan feels very happy being at this club. I don't want to speak for him, but that's the impression that I get for him. So I don't think it's as simple as that. I like to think that he's very happy here. We're a huge club with a huge history and big ambition, and he's a big part of that. Having been a player myself, maybe I was fortunate enough to play Champions League a lot, but when I felt comfortable at a club, I came in with a smile on my face every day, and I look forward to every game that came up, whether it be Premier League, Carabao Cup, wasn't that then, Champions League, whatever. And if Jordan feels like that, and we can match each other's ambitions in terms of getting him to stay longer, I don't see that as a problem.